Nationwide Football League Extra, in association with the Nationwide Building Society.
Coming up, the Nationwide covered from all angles, 92 goals and 7 up for the untouchables. United they stood against Porto. Now Andy Cole could be your chance to win in our competition. And Wrexham revisited. We've the last time the last ace was a round too far.
Wrexham thought that was going out. Oh, and a great goal by Winnie Young.
And we're with the man the fans wanted out before he'd even taken over. Steve Gritt took over here at Crisis Club Brighton with the team 11 points adrift. He's been caught in the crossfire of all that ground crisis talk. But now it seems Brighton might just lift themselves off the bottom of the league. This weekend, a win could have taken them out of that 92nd place. We'll start, though, at the top of the league, the First Division, and the leaders Bolton Wanderers. And now you'd better believe it, Bolton will be champions. This result underlined why they're 10 points clear and why no other team has got close to them for much of the season. Alan Thompson's scrambled goal on the half-hour was quickly followed by the dismissal of Swindon fullback Gary Elkins for a second booking. Elkins scythed down Nathan Blake and could hardly complain about the sending off, although he tried. The Swindon manager Steve McMahon was not happy with Elkins, who now faces a club fine. Facing Bolton is tough enough with 11 players. Down to 10, Swindon were dismantled. Per Franson scored a rare goal. But then all Bolton's players enjoyed themselves. Jamie Pollock wasn't going to be stopped on his run from deep. Swindon's disappointment was turning into embarrassment. Another of Bolton's unsung stars, Icelandic defender Gudni Bergson, left Fraser Digby clutching fresh air. Amazingly, Bolton's 2 top scorers hadn't scored, but they soon put that right. Number 25 of the season for John McGinley. Number 6 of the match went to Nathan Blake, in and around the area, but unable to crown his terrorising performance with a goal until 3 minutes from time. Bolton had scored 6 on 3 previous occasions this season, but they went one better in the final minute as Blake barged through. Swindon stopped him, but not Bergson, who made it 80 in the league for Bolton this season. At Molineux, the statisticians were poised, and 2 of the game's great strikers didn't let them down. Steve Bull has broken records all season. That was his 300th career goal. Number 301 was just as straightforward. This time Don Goodman leapt to flick the ball on, and Bully carried on the good work. Wolves then suffered their obligatory bout of Molineux stage fright. Nobody saw Kenny Irons' shot coming. And just 90 seconds later, 26,000 saw John Aldridge equal history. This goal, number 467 for Aldo, moved him level in the all-time scorers list with Jimmy Greaves. If Aldo the player was overjoyed, though, Aldo the manager wasn't. 11 minutes from the end, Ewan Roberts thumped in a header that keeps Wolves clear in second. Sheffield United manager Howard Kendall called this a major blow to his side, but it gives Barnsley a 4-point buffer over their local rivals. John Hendry scored the winner at Bramall Lane before Christmas, and his cheeky goal made it difficult for United, who struggled to impose themselves. And the game was up 7 minutes from time as wing-back Nicky Eden ran through to make it 2-0. Mike Walker has never seen his side as contenders for automatic promotion, and he's being proved right. Despite Matt Jackson's early goal, Norwich couldn't avenge their 6-1 hammering at Port Vale. Vale had recovered within 2 minutes from Ian Bogey's pass. John McCarthy equalised. Ipswich are into the playoff places, an achievement in itself for George Burley, lacking money and key players. Maurizio Taricco scored Saturday's winner. Pressure eventually told in the South London derby. Charlton had pummeled the Crystal Palace goal. But then, after Jason Lee had finally found a way through, Charlton's defence immediately fell asleep at a Crystal Palace set-piece. But Bruce Dyer's goal couldn't spark Steve Coppell's side. 10 minutes later, Brendan O'Connell's outrageous lob from the edge of the area came back off the top of the crossbar, only for Palace's young goalkeeper Carlo Nash to make a mess of John Robinson's follow-up. There's still time for Queen's Park Rangers to make the top 6 if their performances match the quality of Saturday's goals. A brilliant opener from Australian fullback Andy McDermott placated Rangers' frustrated support. And Stuart Houston's side clinched their first league win since January the 11th, thanks to John Spencer. After anxiously drifting towards the bottom 6, Oxford can relax a little after this result. A triumph for endeavour over style. Matt Murphy won it. Nearly 31,000 watched this Lancashire derby at Main Road. They saw Uwe Rosler gain Manchester City revenge for defeat at Oldham. To keep up the momentum, Frank Clark has signed Tranmere's Jed Brannan for £750,000. Birmingham City's share flotation should release a few millions more for new players, and perhaps that threat to their job security has inspired some of the current's underachieving team. Nicky Forster's pace blew a hole in Southend's defence, and Ronnie Whelan's struggling side appeared doomed to yet another away defeat when Andy Harris tugged Kevin Francis and the league's tallest man came tumbling down. But Martin O'Connor's penalty kick was followed by a second-half performance from Birmingham that infuriated Trevor Francis. Mike Marsh pulled one back after Gary Ablett's mistake, and despite holding out for the win, Birmingham's players were given a tough talking to before their manager faced the press.
Never ever felt that we're in a relegation fight. You know, I'm looking towards the halfway point in the league with the games that we got coming up. The fact that we've got 2 or 3 games over most other teams, you know, it doesn't help when you're continually trying to fight back, you know, with games in hand. But we must win them, of course. But if we can carry on getting the points that we did today, we'll soon be pushing up the league.
At Valley Parade, 2 strugglers produced one frantic match. The commentator is John Helm.
And now here's Mendonca at the other end for Grimsby. It may this time. Beaten away, he's got another chance, and Mendonca does score for Grimsby. Widrington hooks on. Sass back, but it was a rather sloppy ball, and now Mendonca could get in again against Mohan. Oh, and disaster for Bradford. Own goal by Nicky Mohan. Flybird slides it up there to Pepper. Good run from Nigel Pepper. Got past 1, got past 2, and a super goal from Sundgott. And Edinho has taken that down beautifully. Thinks of the shot as well. Checks, turns, shoots. Brilliant goal from the Brazilian. Oh, watch him celebrate now. Southall is swinging these balls over, knowing that Lever and Roger and Livingston pose a big problem. And Graham Roger gets the goal. He plundered it at the back post. And Jobling's floated a long ball up there. Out from Dreyer. And then Livingston, he's in here with a great chance to wrap it up for Grimsby. It's goal number 4, and Steve Livingston may have won a vital victory here for Grimsby Town. So moving towards the final minute of the game, with Pinto for Bradford, angling the ball in to come down to O'Brien, and his shot's a good one, and he scores! Andy O'Brien from well over 30 yards out.
That win for Grimsby has lifted them out of the relegation places above Southend and Bradford and 3 points clear of Oldham. Birmingham's win means there's now a 9-point gap between the bottom 4 and the rest. The top 3 won, so with Bolton virtually up, it's looking like Wolves or Barnsley for that second automatic promotion place. Ipswich go above Crystal Palace into the playoff places.